Science has proven that all humans are 99% ether, not the physical matter we erroneously see ourselves as. If we cannot see the basic facts of reality, how can we hope to perceive the complexity and variations of being human? Now that's just a little teaser, a little thought, if you will, to prepare your mind, to prepare your awareness, your consciousness for expansion, for acceptance, for a download, if you will, regarding the fact of these 10 basic secrets of mental magic, which I will begin to share with you, my dear and esteemed viewer. Here we go. The first secret is every person, every man, every woman is mentally wealthy. It happened during the days of the early West, talking about here in the United States of America. An Apache raiding party captured a U.S. Army safe containing $7,000 in paper money, 7,000 greenbacks. The thick safe with its combination lock baffled the Indians. They knew the heavy metal box contained something of value, but hadn't the slightest notion of how to put their hands on it. In desperation, they pounded at the safe with tomahawks and tried to melt it in fire. When it still resisted, they dropped boulders on it and pushed it off a mountain peak. After a month of frustrating effort, they abandoned it in a river. The army finally recovered the safe with its contents untouched. Every man's mind, every person's mind, every woman's mind is like that safe. The riches are there. The riches are there within for sure. The question is, how can we break through the walls of misunderstanding and so reach our mental riches? There is a way. Hit that subscribe button and let's go along this journey together, shall we? We need only to know the combination. And that is the whole purpose of this video series I am now presenting. To show you how to release the vast wealth you already possess within your mind. I want you, my dear and esteemed viewer, to start thinking in terms of mental freedom. That is an excellent phrase to run through your mind. Mental freedom, mental freedom, mental freedom. That is an excellent phrase to let it just reverberate, to repeat. Put it on repeat, loop it, hit the loop, and mental freedom. Let it run amok. When your wealthy thoughts are released, they express themselves as happiness and prosperity. A good friend of mine, Dr. Erich Fromm, speaks of this self-expression, and I share a quote from Dr. Fromm. We believe that there is a positive answer, that the process of growing freedom does not constitute a vicious circle, and that man can be free and yet not alone, critical and yet not filled with doubts, independent and yet an integral part of mankind. This freedom man can attain by the realization of his self, by being himself, or herself, or their self. We believe that the realization of the self is accomplished not only by an act of thinking, but also by the realization of man's total personality, by the active expression of his or her emotional and intellectual potentialities. These potentialities are present in everybody. They become real only to the extent to which they are expressed. In other words, positive freedom consists in the spontaneous activity of the total integrated personality. The realization and the release of your natural mental wealth is the first great secret of mental magic. Let's do one more secret. There are 10 of them, but let's do 2 for this video. Make it worth your time. Your mind is fascinating. Another good friend of mine, Honoré de Balzac, French novelist, once declared, "I love to plunge into that realm of mystery, giving a comprehension of the power of mind and accustom me to the workings of the mind." The mysteries and fascinations of the human mind are endless. A detective story is a mild thrill by comparison. I once assigned several members of a class of mine to make some personal observations of other people. The students were used to their minds as observers of other people in action. They were to use their minds as observers of other people in action. One of the women came back with this curious report. And she said, "There's a definite difference in the mental workings of men and women. For instance, I noticed something interesting about a conversation between a man and a woman. When the woman talks, she looks almost constantly at the face of the man. She keeps an eye on his reactions. But when the man talks to her, he looks infrequently at her face. I don't know the significance of this peculiarity in male-female conversation, but it makes a fascinating mystery." Get interested in the workings of your mind. Watch how it responds and imagines and creates. Become aware of its surprise, delight, puzzlement, and wonder as you go through your day. Why do this, you may ask, my dear and esteemed viewer? Well, let me tell you, because an understanding of your mental machinery turns it into your personal servant. Your mind is a power. By realizing it as a power, you turn it into a mighty force for self-advancement. Take the area of interpersonal relations. As you understand the basic principles of the human mind, you become an expert in handling other people. The story goes about the wary mother whose strength was fading fast during the birthday party for her young son. She thought fast, then came up with a workable plan. She offered a prize to the first child to go home. That woman based her strategy on knowledge of a child's mind. And it worked. Get fascinated by your own mind. The great men and women of all historical ages were those who were enchanted by mental power. And why not? It is the basis of all power. Your fascination with your own mental makeup is the second secret of mental magic. Folks, stay tuned as we continue this journey, as we delve deeper into the depths of our own minds and the wellspring of power that God bequeathed to all of us if we just look under the hood. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button. More exciting secrets of mental magic to come forthwith.
Namaste, namaskar.